Hey, 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 everybody. Welcome back to another episode of My Life Has Destiny podcast, where I am your host, Coco Fenton. Twint could not be with me tonight, y'all, so keep her lifted. She is at work doing what she do best. So tonight's episode is all about love is in the air, finding love during the so-called pandemic. Y'all know why I call it so-called. So anyway, with that being said, I have two wonderful couples with me here on the screen tonight, and I'm going to let them tell you their stories. I'm not going to tell it for them. I'm just going to introduce everybody so you'll know who everybody is tonight, and we're going to go from there, and we're going to let them have the flow and do what they do, right? So, y'all already know DJ Il Nino and T Quest. Those are my buddies at the top. They got one of the hottest shows. Y'all gotta watch them. We're gonna pin their stuff in the chat. Y'all gotta get up there and watch their stuff during the week, right? And they got wonderful radio shows too. So, and they do so much more, but we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
And then we have
Awesome.
our wonderful couple down on the bottom, Mrs. Craig and Mia Graham. I am so happy to see the last name. Yes. So they recently got married, you guys, and I'm gonna let them tell their story to you as well. So again, it's called Love is in the Air. If you in the chat and you found love during the pandemic, post it. Let's talk about it. So we're gonna get started tonight. First, I gotta ask, how is everybody doing?
We're doing great.
Doing all
Bless.
right.
Spectacular.
Yeah, that is fantastic on this side as well.
I know it, right? Always a good day to be above ground.
That's right.
Right.
That part.
It's a great day to be in love.
That part.
That's what we doing.
I
You
understand
start
your
early.
feelings.
Early. I like that.
I understand that feeling because my boo was at work, so I get it. All right, so we're gonna start with Craig and Mia. I need y'all to tell the folks how y'all met.
You want me to start, Craig, or you want to
Yeah,
start?
go. Yeah, go ahead, babe. You tell them.
Well, obviously, Mr. Graham must have been looking at my pictures on that Facebook, and
Oh
I'm
man.
assuming he liked what he saw, and he happened to Miss Coco to inbox me for him. And my first thought was, oh, is this guy telling somebody else to inbox me? So we Coco, I don't know, Coco. You started off with asking me something about a body wrap, and I'm like, I don't know nothing about no body wrap. So what if she must got the wrong person? And then she let me know that someone was interested in me, and they was want to know if I had a boyfriend. And honestly, at the time, I was seeing someone, and literally we broke up like the next day. But that's kind of how him and I started talking was, but we waited about what, a week later, maybe a week later, 2 weeks later, or something like that, to start actually communicating. And like ever since then, it's been nonstop. And we went from talking on the phone once in a while to every single day. And like we talked on the phone for 6 months before we actually met each other, like to actually go see each other and meet each other. And within that time, we did that. We started in, I think you first inboxed me was August the 15th. No, August the 15th. And we were engaged by August the 21st, the following, well, the year, and married now. So we will be together only like 2 years in pretty much August of this year. And we
Yeah.
got married May 3rd.
Awesome. Awesome. So Craig, you have to tell the world what drew you to her.
Man, it was like this, Coco. I kept looking at the pictures, right? So I was like, man, I went off my instincts. I was like, man, she gotta be a good woman. So I was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, Coco, can you like send a message for me? So when you sent that message and she replied back, you know, it's been all love. You know what I mean? It's been all love. Cause like I ain't even gonna lie, like she one hell of a woman. And I don't mean to say that on the podcast, but she a hell of a woman, man. She really was everything that I expected. Everything that I needed out of a woman and expected, yo, I got it in her. All in one.
Awesome.
All in one. So it was like,
Awesome.
I'm kind of glad that we met, kind of glad that we kind of clicked, and we really took our time. Because, like, everybody, you go through stuff, relationship after relationship. But I was like at this point where I was like, man, I'm like, if this right here don't work, like I'm done with the relationship thing. I'm just gonna be single. But when I ran into her and found her, man, it was just, hey, everything's just been awesome, man. Hey, I can't complain. Hey, she makes me happy. You see how I'm smiling. I keep telling her, hey, I love you.
I love you too, baby.
I love it. I love it. So, Mia, what actually drew you to him?
Well, of course, being 42, and I have never been married, and just dating is hard, period, right now. I mean, well, for me, and of course, the children, and everybody don't want to date someone that already has kids, and it was just so many factors, and the people that I were meeting, and the guys that I was like going out with and or dating, it just seemed like I was almost, I felt like I was in a movie. Like, this can't be real. This is not what God has to offer. I know that there's something out there better than this. And you know, all I wanted was someone who was respectful, that had ambition, that had drive, they had goals, that could communicate and want more than, how do I say it? More than what I could personally offer. So I wasn't looking for that. I wanted someone who wanted me. It would take the time to get to know me, get to learn me, and love me before anything. And that's what Craig and I did. That's why we talked for 6 months, like communicated, talked for 6 months before we even met each other. So we got to know each other before we actually even went on our first date. We really took our time, and the respect that he had for me, like this, in 6 months. Most men want to know, hey, can I come see you? Can I come over? What's going on? Not one time did he rush that and say, hey, I want to see you. I want to get in your pants. Or he never disrespected me, not one time, to ask me anything like that. He waited on me, and he let me decide when I was ready for anything.
Awesome. Ain't nothing wrong with courting somebody.
Yep,
I try to tell the people younger than us that you need to get back to courting people because it makes a difference in the relationship when you do.
it does.
But the younger
Yeah,
folk
it
don't.
does.
The younger people don't want to hear that. You
Mm-mm.
know, they want this thing. They got a girl. I don't even know what hybrid dating is, but that's what they call it. And they call it hybrid dating. Yeah, my sentiments exactly to you. I was like, what is a hybrid dating? Like y'all microwaving it or something? Like what is going
I've
They
on?
got
never
their
heard of
own
that.
dictionary.
Yeah, yeah, they got their own terms on this stuff, and the way they rush into it. Well, if I don't try the goods before I decide I wanna pick it down, it ain't good enough for me. Well, honey, if you try the goods, that don't mean nothing. That means you're gonna base your relationship off of what you just tried.
Mm-hmm.
And so, eventually down the line, that part that you love so much that you falling in love with right now could trickle away. You
Yep.
gotta love the whole person so that when the times, as time goes on, you still in love with everything about them, not just that one part. And that was the biggest thing for me. It was the same thing for me and my husband too. We met and we talked to each other for 9 months. He was in another state. He wasn't even here. He was living in Florida at the time. And after 9 months, he was like, I made a decision. I said, really, what's that? I'm moving. Where you moving to? I
Mm-hmm.
was like, where you moving to? He was like, I'm
Right,
coming there. Oh, okay.
right,
But when he left a whole state to come to be with me, I knew what it was.
Yep.
right, right,
He,
right,
he stopped everything he was doing. It was like, look, I know what I want, and I'm coming to get it.
Right. Oh,
So,
Hmm.
okay.
and we were married within the next year also. This year coming up, it'll be 4 years. It don't even feel like it's been that long.
And
So,
Beautiful thing.
yep. And there's one thing that I can always say is that, whatever point in your life, sometimes I'll say for me, you don't value yourself after you go through certain things and you feel like you don't deserve certain things. And
mhm,
then you have to sit back and you have to pray and say, you know what, I do deserve this. This is what I want. And then you let God do the rest. You got to
that's it.
learn to value yourself. And once you value yourself, that's men and women. Men don't have to just take any woman off the street. They can find somebody that they want and say, you know what, I don't want her because she got kids, or I don't want her because she makes this. They can do whatever they want to as well. We as women, we have to also be and say, you know what, I don't want this kind of guy. I refuse to date this kind of guy. And that's okay. It's your preference.
Right.
You choose what you want in your life and what you accept and what you don't accept. And I was at that point where I refused to accept less than what I felt like I deserved.
And that's a good thing. I'm glad you chose right.
And what you got? And what you got?
That's it.
Oh, I got it.
Right. I'm glad both of y'all chose right because y'all really do fit. Y'all work together so well. Y'all
Yeah, we
look,
do.
y'all look great as a couple, as you know how people say, because y'all just
Thank
go
you.
y'all go cohesively
Thank
together.
you.
So
Thank
and y'all's chemistry is cool. That's the good part. You
you.
know,
Thank you. Thank you.
uh, the chemistry is everything, really. With a lot of stuff, and it's the same thing with Nino and T2. The chemistry is good. When you start out,
Yeah.
and I let them tell their stuff,
Hmm.
but when you start out working together, it's different. And then when you turn it into something else, it's like, man, well, I already knew you. You already knew me. It's like marrying your best friend kind of thing. Like,
Hmm.
Yeah, cause
who
that is.
who better to be with than somebody that know you and know you well, and you don't have to feel like you working it all over with somebody strange, kind of.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I mean?
And man, like you say, man, that is my best friend, man. She like the only one I can trust. She already knows it's like me against the world out here. You know what I mean? So that is my best friend. Most definitely can trust her with my life. You know what I mean?
I just love it. But I love y'all, so y'all already know that. And I mean, it's just one of those things where, like, really, the four of y'all, I think it's awesome because you guys just recently got married, and they just recently got engaged. So, um,
Oh, okay.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Congratulations, y'all.
Thank you.
I
Yeah.
was so excited when
Thank you,
she
thank you.
announced it.
Yeah, you welcome.
So now I'm waiting for their wedding too.
Oh, okay.
That's
Yep, I'm waiting
awesome.
for them too. I can't wait because I know it's gonna be the bomb.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
I can't wait for y'all big wedding, and I can't wait for theirs either because I know it's gonna be off the chain. I'm just waiting to be there. I just want to be in the seat. That's all that matters to me. In the seat,
Right.
right?
We eloped. We just went and did it.
Yes, ain't nothing wrong with that either. My first one was my when we got married. It was private. It was just us and four friends, and so we haven't had the big one either. But we're gonna have the big one next year. So but y'all will get invites.
All right.
All right. So we got some folks in the chat. Mr. Mark Tyler said hello. Mr.
Yep.
Sean Wright said, "What's good, my good people?" Miss
Hey, Sean.
Whitney, Miss Whitney Lee says, "Hey y'all."
Hey, sis.
All right. I said we got the
David
The
family and
family
friends,
checking in.
family and friends
Everybody
chiming
being
in.
nosy.
Facts, that part. My man Sean Mark, what up? Whitney, what up?
David Wolf says, "Hi, T Quest,"
All
and then he
right.
and then he threw your whole website up there.
I love that.
And then Lakeisha Renee said, "Congratulations, y'all." And Betty Forney says, "Hello, everybody." So y'all can't see what's in the chat,
Hey,
but
Lady
in front of
B.
y'all,
Lady
but
B, what's going
everybody is
on?
saying hello and what's up. And Andre says, "Hey, y'all." Christian said, "What's up, family?" So
Oh my
y'all got
gosh,
some
why is
folks.
everybody? They so
Good. I know,
nosy.
facts. Got
Y'all got
PII in the
everybody
building.
jumping in the chat. So
Wow. Okay.
now
Ooh, they
put
being nosy.
in the chat if y'all got anything y'all want to ask on the, put it in the chat and I can post it up on the screen. Okay. So no, we're gonna try to stay PG though. Don't go there tonight. All right. All right. So now that you guys, when y'all decided to elope, what made that the decision?
You
You
want to tell
know,
that, Craig, or you want me to tell it?
I mean, it was like this. It was like when we was going on our trip, Coco, to Florida. I was messing with her, right? I was like, yo, I was like, I'm gonna take my birth certificate just in case. And she was like, you know what? I'm gonna take mine just in case too. I was like, yo, we on the same page. And I didn't even say nothing like, hey, hey, let's take our birth certificate. So we, to sum it up, we took our birth certificates. And we didn't really want to deal with the drama and all that type of stuff, you know what I'm saying, that come with it. So we just went ahead and got it done. You know what I'm saying? Like when you love a person, man, I understand. I really wanted the church wedding and all that, but like I love that woman, so it was like pretty much I wasn't rushing it, but it was like I need to go ahead and get this done. You know what I'm saying? Because like, hey, every day ain't promised to everybody. You understand what I'm saying? So it was
Right.
like, hey, you love me and I love you. Hey, let's go ahead and do it. So we went to Florida. Hey, she called the lady. We went down there and did the marriage license, went back before her ceremony for her job, and we got it done.
That's awesome.
No drama.
Drama free is always good.
Yes, and that
Trust
is
No
me.
one of
drama.
the key leading factors of us eloping because it was just so much with the planning and the families that couldn't get along, and it was like, okay, it's just gonna be me and you, and then we're gonna FaceTime somebody, so, our family or our friends we wanted there. Literally, we had his phone was on FaceTime, mine was on FaceTime, and of course, everybody's grouping in on FaceTime, and that's kind of how we did it. We was at a resort, and we didn't. I mean, like literally, it cost us what $286 to get married because everything there was free. So we was out by the water. I mean, we had a ocean view, and it was a beautiful setting, and we just got married.
Well, you can't beat that. I mean, I'm glad that y'all chose to do it the way you did. 'Cause like I said,
Yeah,
mine was real private too. And like you said, first of all, tomorrow is not promised. I had
right. It's
another
not,
set of
man.
friends. I had another set of friends that was actually going to be a part of this interview with you guys, and I'm glad that him and his wife got married when they did, because the
Yeah.
day after she got married, she died 4 days later.
Ah, man.
And
Wow.
it's nothing like being able to be with the person that
Wow.
you love. So I'm glad that they
Wow.
did it because it was real private. They had a real nice private wedding, and
Yeah.
who knew that God was gonna call her home a couple days later.
Mm.
But
Right.
he
Right.
he said that he was so glad he did it when he did it, because if he would have waited, it would have never took place. You know. So I'm glad y'all did it the
Hey,
way you did it,
hey, can I say
and
one more? Can I say one
yeah,
more thing, Coco?
yeah.
And man, and I know it's guys out there that's listening, man. But yo, everybody, like, where I came from. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? People know where I came from. But you can ask that woman right there. Like, I never ever the arguments we have or anything like that. Like, I just let her argue. I just let her get off what she need to get off. But I can count on one hand though how many times we done been in an argument. But man, one thing I hate seeing though, I hate seeing like dudes disrespecting our queens. Ask her how many times have I disrespected her or anything in argument. Ask her.
No,
I'm sure
I've
you have.
never.
I don't
He's
have to.
never disrespected me.
Ask her have I ever disrespected her?
I don't
Nah,
No,
have. You
never.
already know the answer to that
no,
question.
he
And we've
hasn't.
been together.
Never.
We've been together 2 years, and I never raised my voice, called her out her name, anything. That's one thing I don't really want to. I just can't disrespect my queen. You know what I mean? So whatever she say to me, I just suck it up and go on about my business. You know what I mean? But I never disrespect her, man. It's one thing I never do.
Well, that's a good thing. And like I said, me and my husband been together for the last 4 years, and I can count on three fingers how many times we've actually been upset with each other.
Right,
And
Hmm.
out,
right,
two
right,
out of those times was we won't even upset at each other. We was mad at other people.
right, right,
You know
right,
what I mean?
That's
So
our biggest thing. Is
yeah,
other people. That's where we actually have our odds. It's not normally us. It's I would say our family hasn't. How do we say that without well, whatever. It's the family.
right.
It's,
And I
it's
get
not
it.
us.
I get
That's
it.
right,
But
our
you know
that's our
what?
own. That's our biggest gripe.
But you know what? It ain't even about the family. It's about y'all.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
right, right,
that's what counts right there. So again, congratulations.
right,
And you got folks
Hmm.
that, oh, Fred said congratulations, everybody.
right.
And then we
Thank you.
got some.
Hey,
Thank you, Fred.
and if y'all ain't out there getting a chef for your woman, you gotta get the chef for your woman, man. One time, gotta get the chef for. You gotta bring the chef to the house for your woman one time, man, for real.
Ain't
And
nothing
your
wrong with
woman,
that. That's good stuff.
nah. And shout out to my homegirl Dewana too. Shout out to her for making that day happen. Make sure you look her up on Facebook, Dewana Roberts. Give
Yes.
you a perfect, have you perfect experience.
Yeah, she is a wonderful private chef and she's my cousin too. So yes, I
Right?
love it.
Shot
So
goes out to her for making that perfect day for us, man.
hey Duana. So we got some questions for this looks like this is for T Quest. Yeah. Hmm. And she's shaking her head because she already knows. All right. Oh, it says T Quest, and this is from David Wolf. He said, "When did you know DJ Il Nino? I mean, he put your whole government Nino. You should get him after this show. He said, when did you know that DJ Il Nino Brown was your king to be? He said, and what is your definition of true love?
You know, when you go to the questions, that's like jumping the gun. And it's funny how all our family friends tune in because they nosy. But because nobody knows. You know, no one knows our story. It blindsided a lot of people outside of our parents and our closest people. So no one knew the journey because at the end of the day, you know that Nino and I work in the music industry. So it's always everybody in our business 24/7. And we want people just to focus on business and allow that one thing to be personal. Allow our personal lives to be personal. And that's why we didn't tell anybody until recently. But to jump the gun, the moment I knew Nino was my King Charming was the first time um, we were, no, the second time we were like together personally. And when he had to fly back home, I never wanted him to leave my side.
Oh,
So the moment we had to really part is the moment I never wanted to part from him. And that was in the
Oh,
moment
that's
I knew.
what's up. That's
wow.
Hmm.
what's up.
Yeah.
Wow. I understand that feeling too. Me and
Yeah.
my husband are never separated unless he's at work. Other than that, we always
Well,
together.
we don't got to deal with that. We work
Facts.
together.
Facts. We work together, we work for ourselves. So, you know what I'm saying?
So
That part.
always
That's
by each
that's
other's
what's up
side.
too.
Yeah, that
Hmm.
part.
So they want to know what is your definition of true conditional love?
Nino,
Yeah,
he is everything I always wanted, never knew I needed.
Oh,
So
that's
Oh,
what's
Nino
up.
oh,
is my unconditional love.
okay.
Hmm.
Craig and Mia, same question for y'all.
I mean, I mean, I just for say something like she said. I mean, it's him. Like everything that he gives me, the strength when I'm down, the uplifting when I need it, the when I need to cry. I don't even know if I need to cry, but I'm angry and I'm like, I can really, tell him in and everything and cry and let everything out. And I know is I'm safe. That's my safe place, and that's what he gives me. He's my protector. And when you have somebody like that, I mean, why would you need anything else? So he's just that everything to me.
Nino?
That's very true. This is literally my best friend now. You know what I mean? Talk to each other all the time. You know what I mean? And now when we're together, it's like we're like inseparable. You know what I mean? And we don't how sometimes when you're together with the same person all the time you can wear it's no wear. You know what I mean? No wear on the tires still
Right,
brand new. You know what I
right,
mean?
right,
So yeah, um,
right,
I'm just loving this woman. Period. You know what I mean? And it's
right,
I just do. So you know what I mean? And I know it's reciprocated. It's not that how some people like hi yeah I love you babe. And no, this is just pure. You know what I mean? So
right,
I'm here
right,
and I love this. I love
Right.
this.
right.
I love this woman. That shit smiling. Get that smile. I see you. That's right. There it is.
That's what's
But,
up.
My
but you
baby.
know what? That's one of the ways that you really know true love when you see it.
That's
It's the
what's
look
up.
y'all give each other.
Right,
It's a look that you get when you can tell that a couple is really in love with each other. It's a look that they give each other that you just know, and you like, yeah, that's it. I mean, because we people see us together all the time, and they were like, "Girl, the way he look at you," and I be like, "I don't even be paying it no attention. I'm so used to it." But when other people see it, they be like, "Honey, that man love you." Just tell by the way he look at you or whatever. And I'd be like, well, we love each other, but yeah, I know. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's just that look. And even on the screen, like you can see it on the phone, y'all. That's the funny part. And I know that
Absolutely.
people in the chat can see it because you got people just going off in the chat over here. John Wright said, "Oh, King Charming." I know that's right. So,
Because we grown now. When we were younger, we wanted Prince Charming, but we're all adults now. We extra grown. And I want no
right,
right.
Prince.
right,
Need my King Charming. hmm There you
right.
go.
This hold on, wait a minute. Somebody said to me and Craig, so I know that's right. Skip the food bill for the win.
They said what? Skip the what?
Skip the
Skip the
food
food
bill.
bill for the wedding. Cause
Nah,
I
it
y'all
ain't
had a
know
really,
people
private
was
it
talk
going
like,
really.
home
yeah,
good
skip the
looking.
food bill.
But to answer that question, man, we really wasn't. We really wasn't trying to skip no bills. We weren't ducking nothing. Hey, we was just like, hey, we love each other. Hey, let's just go ahead and get it done. Not saying
Right.
that we not gonna do nothing later on in life. You know what I'm saying? The real thing. But it was just like, man, I couldn't wait no more. You know what I mean? Like I just had to go ahead and get it done. I'm sorry. Hey, she the one for me. I love her, man. Hey, hands down, she always doing nice stuff for me, man. I'm also doggone. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna be done. All right, I'm gonna say this for like we've been together for like 2 years. Do you know we get excited for birthdays, but don't get excited for Christmas? Christmas come around because we do for each other all through the year. When Christmas come around, you know what? We like, yo, babe, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm good
I'm the same way.
because we've been good to each other all through the year. You understand what I'm saying? The only thing we celebrate is birthdays.
Right.
That's the only
We
thing we
do the same
celebrate.
thing.
That Christmas thing, we got grandkids. So hey, if we going out there to shop with them grandkids, okay. But we do all through the year for each other. So that ain't no Christmas is here. You know what I mean?
Right.
But if they want Christmas, she can have Christmas. You understand what I'm saying? But you just do, hey, we live life every day.
That's it. That's it. We do the
Absolutely.
same thing. We focus on the birthdays and our anniversary. That's what we focus on. But we
Right,
don't be worried about the rest of it throughout the year. It's like,
right, right,
it's just another day. Like, so I get it.
right.
Absolutely. Even with us, it's like special because our birthdays is 7 days apart.
Wow.
So
Wow, that's what's up.
our celebration is a minimum 9 days, a day before and after, and
Right.
longer than that. You know what I'm saying? But I want to piggyback off of something you guys said earlier because I don't like to miss certain moments when you're talking about the way you look at each other. The moment Craig came on here, the way he looked at me, I was, oh yeah, they in love.
Yeah, that
Definitely
part.
in
That part.
love. Definitely in
Hey
love.
yo,
And
hey, I can't help it, man. Hey, every time I see that beautiful smile, I gotta smile. I'm sorry.
absolutely,
Right. That's all I told
absolutely.
you. The look is everything. That's it.
Facts. I know that feeling. I know that feeling.
Yep.
I literally
Right,
know that
hey,
feeling.
right,
You know what I mean?
right,
For
right,
real.
And it's
right,
like when you find the one, I even thought about it too, and we even joke about it. Oh look, they go to chapel. Let's go. You know what I mean? I guess it's something in that Florida water because everyone has Florida in
right,
their stories. You know what I mean? But
right, right,
we thought about it, we joked about it, but to be honest, when it comes to the wedding, that has to be somewhat traditional
right.
because like I said, with us working in the music industry, everything is non-traditional in our lives. There's literally nothing normal or regular in our lives. Allow that one day to have some type of normalcy,
Okay.
so I'm definitely gonna need the father-daughter dance. You know what I mean? The
Right,
bride, well,
right,
maybe just a
right,
maid of honor and the best man. Not too grand. But we need to at least have some type of traditional values, especially on that special day.
right.
Awesome. Awesome. But yes, like I mean, I totally agree. Like I said, the look is everything. I mean, even when he came up, I already knew, like when he saw her on the screen, and then when he was like, "Hey, babe," I already knew what that was. And then the same thing with Nino concerning you, when you got on the screen and he was like, "I'm gonna check my mic." That was that was it. I saw what he was getting ready to get up and go do. So I was like, "Okay, here we go." So, but you can
Hmm.
see it and you can tell that love is really in the air. So I'm excited for the four of you guys because love means something, and I really feel bad for people that don't know what love is.
Yeah,
You
me
know what I
too.
mean? I feel bad for the person that will never allow themselves to experience what love is,
Mhm.
because you got
Yeah,
people
Well
that
said.
have been hurt or mistreated so much that they got up this wall and refused to put it down, and they
yeah,
won't allow themselves to experience love,
you right,
because they
Coco.
think that everybody's going to do them the way they already been done, and that's not the case. There's
Right.
always one that'll pull a rabbit out his hat and show you something that you ain't never had,
Oh,
and
hey,
that's it.
I done did that, ain't I,
There
baby?
you
I
go.
done did that one, ain't I done did that. Hey, I done did that. How many times?
Right. But that's what you have to do. And even with
Right.
us as the women in the relationships, when we do that one special thing for y'all that y'all ain't expecting, it's
Yeah.
vice versa.
Right.
And it's not just one sided. We love it when you as the men do what you do. But
Right.
I
Right.
know that intel, you guys love it too when we come out of somewhere and
Oh
surprise
yeah.
y'all with something that you weren't looking for
Right. Right.
you know. And I do it with my husband all the time. I'll go grab something that I know he like and he don't be expecting. He be like, "Really? Where this come from?" You know. And that's what I mean, but that's the good part that you love to do with each other. It's the fact that nobody had to tell you to get up and do it. You did it because you wanted to.
Wanted
You did
to.
it
Right.
because you
Right.
love the person. You know what I mean?
I just
And that's
and
the
you
biggest thing.
and I just man, I don't mean, but I just recently did something for her, man, and I didn't know, I didn't really expect her to react the way she reacted. But I'm not gonna say, what I'm saying on her, but I did something really nice for her, man, and it like, and she was in tears, and only thing I could do was just hold her and just tell her it's gonna be all right, cause I really, what I did for her, I really meant that, and that will always be with her. You understand what I'm saying? Always be
Right.
with her, you know.
It's those parts that matter because those are the unforgettable moments. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, and everybody talking about, yo, I love the vibe. The vibe on the show is right now. Yeah, the vibe is good.
And
And I mean, that's
hey, man, hey, what's your name? Will?
who at
What
the
was
No,
your
top,
this
name again?
DJ.
Nino,
Nino.
Nino.
Oh,
Nino.
Nino. Okay, okay. Hey, Hey, I don't mean. Do y'all do date nights?
Every day.
Facts. Facts.
Hey,
Facts.
Breakfast is a
that's what's
date,
up.
lunch is a
Hey,
date, dinner's a
that's
date,
what's up.
snack is a date.
Yeah.
Everything's a date to us.
Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. Cause we do
Yeah,
that also.
we try to make a day different because so
Yeah,
we don't get bored. You feel what I'm saying?
that's what's up, bro.
Try not to
What's
get
up?
into a rut. Try to
Right.
excite. excite each other.
Right,
Try to, well, like
right,
you
right.
said, we try to surprise each other all of the time. You know what I
All
mean?
the time. Right,
All the
But
right,
we
time.
gotta be slick with it,
Yeah,
because when you
facts,
right.
facts.
always
Hey, I'm
There it
slick.
is.
Hey,
when
you
we used to
know
be
what?
always
Y'all
on the
ain't
phone, we
slick.
gotta be slick. So
Yep.
when now we're together, we gotta be slick. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So, but we make it work.
yeah. That is very true. It's
Right,
getting a
right,
little harder now, since we're in the same place,
right.
but we still manage to get it done. But it's a little harder though. But you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Trust
You
me,
for
I
know,
sure.
know. When you
yeah.
live in, especially when you're living in the same house, you're like,
Uh huh.
see, I got to go do this while
Cause
he
I ain't.
sleep.
Facts. That part.
And I be doing stuff like I be having to go do it while he sleep, or I have to order it and have it delivered, kind of thing, that type of stuff. So yeah.
Hey, Camille, your boy
Mm.
slick, right? I'm slick, ain't
Yeah, but you
I?
can't hold water now. He tell me
Mm.
You said what?
Wow.
She said you can't hold water. That's what she
yes,
said.
he
Oh
I already know
man,
my
she know.
he gonna let me know. But baby, I got something. And he's like, oh man, I wasn't supposed to tell you that. And I'm like, okay, babe, you go ahead and tell me. I want to know. That's kind of how you play it. But what he was saying that my mother passed away now 6 years ago. And of course, if we ever lost that person that we love, parent, whether grandparents or however, whatever it is, you learn to cope. You don't really ever get over it, but you learn to cope. One of the reasons was my biggest struggle for not wanting a wedding was because both my parents are deceased. So I was struggling with maybe having a wedding um because of that. And I kind of tear up not even thinking about it. But went out and he bought me a Pandora. My it had I can't remember. It was forever. And me, it was my mom. It was meaning it was I can't remember the exact words. Was it? It had "I'll love you forever." That's what it was. "I love you forever, mom." And of course, the forever was just going around the charm, and it hit me because since she's been gone, I've never had a even somebody to give me anything and remember of my mom, and I kept saying if I walk down that aisle, I gotta have either a picture of her or something just to say I got my mom with me, even though I know she's there in spirit and however, but of course we know that's not the same, and so he did that. I just broke down because the fact that you hear me and you understand what I go through and you understand the days that I'm sad and you said, okay, I'm thinking about her today and I'm gonna get this for her mother because of what I know that I know he's listening at me, and that just meant a lot to me when he gave me that. That if he couldn't have gave me anything else better than that particular day. I mean, it just meant a lot.
I'm sure my husband was there for me because y'all know my father just passed last month. Um, and my husband was there for me. He was actually the one in the room with him when he took his last breath. So it was different, and it's going to be
Hmm.
different knowing that we had already had everything set up next year to finally have the big wedding, but he won't be there to walk me down the aisle. So it's going to be one of those moments where it's just going to be
Hmm.
like, and even though my uncle, his brother, offered to pitch in, it's great to know that I have someone that will stand and see, but it's still not the same,
Right.
and the, I know the difference, but it was just something for my husband to say, I understand that you can't do this, so let me go do it. And he went in the room and was with my dad when he
Yeah, that's what's
um
up.
and so that meant a lot to me. Um, and that was the first time of him and my dad meeting before face to face before he passed away because he hadn't
Mm.
seen him yet in person. So it was different and it hit home differently as well. So, but I get it. And so I commend you, Craig, for doing that for her because my husband did something for me that, you just wouldn't expect people to do because it's hard when you losing a loved one and things like that. So I get it. So, but wow.
Yeah, that's It's interesting that you guys are saying that, and I'm so sorry that you guys have lost your parents. And during the pandemic, that crossed my mind. I'm like, my life is unorthodox. There's nothing part of my life that is normal. Let me have that one normacy. And I'm just like, I don't want to put it in the atmosphere, but keep my family safe. Let me at least get down the aisle so my dad can walk me down the aisle. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of women, they go through a lot of things in life and they're not treated right by like men. You know what I'm saying? So it's just those special moments allow me to have a special moment with my father. And thank you for finally finding a man, like she said, you feel safe around. That's like your safe haven, Don't ruin the little normal moments that I want in life. So I'm like, I don't want to push it too far. But at the same time, I don't want too much time to go by because I need my moment.
Right.
Because like you said, some people don't get a chance to have it.
No. And you don't have to wait
That's
a
right.
long time. Like, once you know that that person is for you, it's your choice of what when you choose to do whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
And as you can see, me and my husband didn't wait long. Craig and Mia didn't wait long. I'm not expecting y'all to wait long. You know what I mean? I don't expect that. And at the end of the day, when it happens, it happens. Either way, y'all already know we overjoyed at the fact, and I'm sure that your dad will be one of those. I'm walking my daughter down, and
He
I
was like,
can.
am I going to be the minister? Am I going to walk her down? Matter of fact, I'm going to let somebody else ordain because, my parents are ministers. He said, but I'm going to walk her down the aisle. She's my last
That
daughter.
part,
I'm going to walk her down.
and I love it. Now my spiritual parents, and I love them because they have really taken me in like I was theirs. My spiritual parents are the ones that are going to officiate my big day next year. And I'm excited. I'm excited because it'll be the first time to actually be in a wedding dress and all that good stuff. I'm not doing the traditional white though, so I'm walking down the aisle in my favorite color, but in a very nice dress. So, but and all of that type of stuff, and I'm just excited about how that day is going to be. Being that I'm already married to, I still look at him every day like it's new, you know. And that's the good thing about it. Like I can literally fall in love with him every day, and that's the biggest part about it. And I know when I walk down the aisle, it'll probably be just a bucket of water, but it's
I literally was just talking about that. I said, I don't know how I'm going to get through it. When my sister told me she was engaged, I cried. Every time I sung at a wedding, I was fine. To the moment I had to sing, I cried. My daddy wedding, I cried. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I don't know how I'm going to get through it. Literally the other night, because everything hits different now. Love movies hit differently, songs hit differently, and I was listening to late night love songs on our radio station, God Love Me Radio.
Yeah, there you go.
right.
Facts. Facts.
And
It's
he just
very
happened
true.
to walk in on one of the love songs. I looked at him and I started bawling for like 2 hours straight. I can't go
Oh,
without maybe every other day. I just look at him and just start crying. And I'm like, I
It be like that though, and it's okay. Like like for the ones that do know, I sing. Everybody's like, "Oh, what's that?" And the song that keep playing in my head
hmm
is "This Is Why I Love You" by Major. Right? So every time I hear that song, I just be like, I'm like, okay, see, like, I can do this with you right now. And I be trying not to. And then one morning he got up and I was in the shower just tearing the song up and crying at the same time. Like, what is wrong with me today? You know, I mean, it was so bad. He was like, "Excuse me, you pregnant?" I mean, that's how bad it was. He was like, "Cause you emotional. What is happening today?" And I was like, "I don't." It's just one of them days where I have to sit back and I have to really be grateful about who you are to me.
mhm,
I literally get up every morning and one of the first things I do is I say, "Lord, I thank you for my husband's life." Like, you know what I'm
mhm,
saying? That's the biggest part is that I have to thank you for his life because
mhm,
if it wasn't for you making him who he is,
mhm.
to me that I don't see how for years somebody else passed him by. And that's that be the that's
Thank you.
I
Thank
say
you
it
for your
all the time.
services. We good now. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that part. That part. That
Right.
part.
I be like, I don't see how for all this time somebody literally walked past him and passed him by.
Oh well. I don't
But
even think about it.
right,
I don't care.
but I'd be like, you know what? I thank you though. I thank you though because he mine now. I appreciate you. You know.
Thanks.
Yeah, I just want to
So,
say thank you. You know what I'm saying? It's true. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
I
For
say
real.
the same thing. Hey, I bet don't I
You know
say
what I
that
mean?
all the time?
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
You
Yeah,
do.
thank you.
I thank you. Hey, I thank
Yeah, I thank you. You know what I mean?
you.
I think for all the people, who's just not right. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Right,
For not loving them
right,
right, for not treating them right. You know what I mean?
right.
right,
You know what I mean?
right.
Thank you.
I
Appreciate
say
that.
that
You know
same
what I
thing. I
mean?
say that all the time, man.
It's true. That is very true. That is true.
It
That
is.
is true. When I wake up next to it, there's sometimes because me, um, I wake up a couple times a night just because I don't know why. You know what I mean? But I'm always up 2, 3 o'clock in the morning just because. And then sometimes I sit there and look at her and I'm like, wow. You know what I mean? This is real now. You know what I mean? This is real now.
Right,
And I'm sitting there, man, I really love this woman. You know what I mean?
right,
I'm loving this woman. I'm loving this feeling. You know what I mean? Wasn't expecting it. You know what I mean? Wasn't looking for it, but it's here. You know what I mean? And she knows it. You know what I mean? I'd do anything for that woman. You know what I mean? Will
right,
Smith, I'd do
right,
whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's
Just how,
whatever.
how about we just not go slapping nobody?
Yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Look, don't
Who that?
disrespect it. You don't have to
Whatever
find
I
out
want,
about that.
baby.
Yeah, yeah. Just what I mean, just be respectful. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I
You
love the
right.
hell out of this woman. I love the hell out of
You
this
right.
woman. You know what I mean? She knows it. She knows I'll do anything for this woman. You know what I mean? And I try to do things for that she don't know she needs or know she wants. You know what I mean? So when she gets, she like, oh, I didn't know I needed it, but you know what I mean. So that's what I try to do. You know what I mean? I try to make her happier than she wanted to be. You know what I mean? Or than she thought she could be.
So I
And I've
gotta
been
ask
doing
all
that.
these questions. Is there a part of you that your other half that you feel like they bring out the best, certain parts of you that you didn't let come out before?
Um, I think I am. I think she took me back a little bit. You know what I mean? To when I was more. I guess more outgoing and more, smiling and happy. You know what I mean? Period. See, I mean, it's then bring that back out. You know what I mean? Because I've been, cool, mellow. That's been my norm. You know what I mean? Cool, mellow. Now I'm back to my happy. I crack a joke on your ass. Hey, a minute, I don't care. You know what I mean? I'm there. I'm there now. So she took me back to that. You know what I mean? And I'm so glad she don't bring me out. Now there's some other people me be like, yo, Nino, I don't see that side of you because you ain't her. You know what I mean?
That part.
You know what I mean? Because you ain't her. So you may not always see that part of me. But yeah, she's definitely brung that, happiness. You know what I mean? Chanel, shout out. Shay Shay, what up? She's definitely brought that happiness back out on me. You know what I mean? Not like I was a grouch. Let's not put it that way. But yeah, she definitely
Right.
brought that happiness out of me.
Absolutely. For me, I feel like he's brought me back out, because ever since I left Connecticut a few years ago, life has been different and I haven't felt myself, so he just brought me back to Tara and like it's okay, like that meme when Superwoman just wants a chance to take her cape off. And he allows me to finally do that. He allows me to finally breathe. Like sometimes he'd be like, no, rest a little bit. I got this. I'll be like, well, but we got so much to do. Like, no, I got it. Allow a man just to be a man. You don't have to do it all by yourself no more. I got you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's a
Right.
beautiful thing to not just be T Quest entertainer, but to be Tara the woman. And I've never experienced this my whole entire life.
Also, what about y'all, Craig and Mia?
I know for me, it was pretty much hold on, I'm sorry. Is that I've always had to be, of course, strong woman who had to do whatever it takes to do whatever I need to get done as far as kids, far as whatever. Um, and he has, how I want to say it. I'm just at a point where I can like breathe. I'm not always having to just figure it out or just do it. And then that side of me that I would say angry, but like I had to have an I don't care attitude, meaning that I've been through situations where we've been hurt. I had to just be tough when I wanted to just maybe cry, or I just wanted to just be weak and be loved, right? So him, we got into a small argument. For me, I didn't want to show that side of I do have a sensitive side. I'm more like, okay, whatever. Oh, I don't care. Not what I mean though. But I've learned to put that guard up to say, you know what, I'm not going to be hurt again. I'm not going to do this. And so I was there like, I don't care. Oh, that's fine. Whatever. And one day I had to look and say, wait a minute, Mia, you don't have to be that way. You don't have to always act like you got it, or you got to be tough, or you got to let it go. Let this man love you. Let this man care for you. And I had to say, you know what, Mia, he's not going to hurt you. He's not here to break your heart. He's here for all the right reasons. And now I catch myself saying, okay, don't do that, Mia. Just let it be. And I even had to talk to somebody one time because I had that whole I don't care attitude. And now I'm just like, okay, I love you. And the song for me is that let it be anything for you. You
Yes.
know, so he does everything. He's just that person. So I can be soft. I can be a woman. I know that he's gonna get the car fixed. I don't gotta go to the mechanic shop no more. Um, I don't have to, I know the trash gonna be taken out because you know what, he gonna do it. I know the yard gonna be cut because he's gonna do it. Not, hey, I'm gonna figure it out or whatever. I can actually be myself and be who God really intended for me to be with him. I can be that woman who's allowing her man to be a man.
Awesome. Craig.
Man, she summed that up, Coco. I ain't got to answer that. Hey, but hey, I'm already outgoing. When I met her, she wasn't outgoing like I was. You know what I'm saying? But I was looking for an outgoing, woman. So I kind of got her out of that. Like okay, we gonna go do this. We gonna, simple stuff. Nothing crazy. You know, we just like I said earlier, that we just going out enjoying life. You know,
Right.
I'm just
You like to
she
spend a
summed
lot of
that up
money,
pretty good.
and I
You
don't.
say you say what?
You like to spend a lot of money, and I don't.
You ain't supposed to say that.
I don't mind sitting in the house, but he wants to always go, and I'm like, dang, why we gotta spend money every weekend?
He just likes to do stuff. That's always been Craig
It
though.
ain't like it.
He like to do stuff. So
All right, always been me, man. You know me, man. I just like, hey, man. When they put me, when them toes go in there, they be like, yo, somebody gonna go up there and be like, hey, man, yo, Craig, that dude that lived his life. You understand what I'm saying? Don't
you got
cry.
that right.
Be like, yo, that man that lived his life, man. Always was a real dude, and he always lived his life.
Right. Not only, I mean, you sit back and sometimes like I think, we had a talk one time where they was like, well, when you go, how you think people gonna remember you? Well, they gonna always say I never changed.
Right,
I've always been who I am. I ain't never been the
right,
switchy up type, and I ain't gonna start today. You know what I mean?
right,
So,
right. No doubt.
what you see is what you get. You're right,
Right,
and that's what you can say about people, and I can say that about the four of y'all. Since I met T Quest and Nino, they've always been the same. He always been the humble one.
right.
Nino remind me of my husband because he don't talk a lot, and you know that, Craig. If you
Yeah,
talk to him, he'll talk to you, but if you don't say nothing, he ain't
yeah.
saying
He
nothing.
talk. Hey, boy.
Right? So you know how that
Hey,
goes.
boy, come. Hey, that night when we was out, he was out there dancing. Boy, I was looking out like Coco. Hey, that's him.
Right. Because I mean, he in his
Boy,
element when he go out and he get a chance to party a little bit because we don't go out a lot. You know what I'm saying?
right,
So when he be
right,
in his
right,
element, and he from Jamaica, so that's all they do is
right.
party. So
And he felt like he was
that's
around
what it
good
is.
people, so yeah, he was
Right.
around good people, so he was having a good blast.
Right. He was having fun. So, and I like it when he get a chance to enjoy himself. So I just sit back and
Right.
I watch. Sometimes most of the time I get up and I dance with him too. But I like to sit back and watch him enjoy himself.
Oh
And it was
yeah.
no,
He,
Sean, we did not say Nino was dancing.
hey.
Wasn't me, but I might be in a few weeks. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Right.
That's all
Okay.
I'm
Right.
saying. That's all I'm
Okay.
saying. It wasn't me, but I may be. You know what I mean?
Shout out
And
to his best friend on the check-in, Sean Wright.
Yeah,
Like he
facts.
was saying in the comments, he ended up. Well, you can tell, baby. I don't want to tell the
What's
story.
that? I can't read. You got
okay, well
comments on there?
let me see what he said. I want to thank all of you for allowing me into this conversation, and I'm grateful to be as fortunate as all of you because I did find someone for me that is really for
That's
me, and I
good.
raise my glass to you all.
That's good.
And then he said something earlier about he was like, they had a bet who was
Oh,
gonna
yeah, there
sleep
it
with
is. Yeah, yeah,
who.
yeah,
There it
yeah.
is.
Yeah, yeah. Me and Sean, it's not really a bet. It's been more of an understanding. Who's gonna be the last man standing?
Right,
The last single man standing, basically. You know what I mean? And we
right.
both kind of find someone around the same time. When we both got
Right.
engaged, honestly, a day apart. You know what I mean?
Oh, love.
Yeah. I didn't know, he didn't know, but one day we was talking, and he was like, I was like, and he told me, yeah, I got engaged, blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah, wow, I got engaged the day after that. You know what I'm saying? So that whole thing is crazy. That's
Awesome.
Right.
definitely my road dog right there. You know what I
Okay, so
mean?
y'all, okay, I'm gonna have Craig and Mia go first. Cause I know Mia got something she got to do. So Craig and Mia, tell me how y'all engagement night went.
Ah man. You want to tell that, Bay? Or you want me to do it? Want me to start it off and you kick it off? Well, check this out. All right. First of all, when we on a king. So I said, yo, I was like, what? I was like, kind of fit. I was like, yo, what kind of ring you like? So she was like, I like that one, babe. I like that one. I said, so you sure you like that one? She was like, yes, I like that one. So I was in the store. I think she had walked out. I think she had walked out, but I actually went back to the store and told the lady like, yo, I'm coming back for that ring. Can you please put it up? You know what I'm saying? I don't got the cash on me right, but I'm coming back to get this ring. So the next day, I went so I was man. And I can't tell you like I had got her emotional, and she was like, "What's wrong with you?" And I was like, "Nothing." She was like, "Nah, something wrong with you. What's wrong with you?" I was like, "Nothing." So like she said, I couldn't hold water. So I was like, "Yo," I went back and got that ring, and you know what? She gave me a hug, a tight hug, and we cried together. You understand what I'm saying? Because like she like she had a process of what I told her. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't playing. I didn't have you in the ring store for nothing. You the ring, I went and got that ring. You know what I'm saying? So it was so it
Good,
was her
good
birthday
connection.
coming up. Her birthday was coming up. So I did like a little surprise little birthday dinner for her. She didn't know nothing about nothing. You understand what I'm saying? Nothing. She didn't know nothing about nothing. She didn't know I was gonna propose or nothing. So on her birthday, I had got some of her friends together, even got one of my homeboys, one of my closest homeboys, and she should have known what was up when she seen him. You know what I'm saying? So it was another thing. I surprised her with a birthday. You know what I'm saying? I had mainly some of her friends, my friends, mom. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, I had that surprised her with that celebration, and then hey, that night I popped the question, and she said, You want to add anything to that, Bay?
I mean, all I could say was that I was definitely shocked on how well quickly we was moving, but I knew this is what I wanted. So I was just like, is this real? Is this all happening now? But okay, I'll take that. I'm ready. I'm in love. This is the one for me. And I mean, and after that, after he put it around, I was like, wait a minute now. We gotta wait, or can we do this ASAP? That's how I felt. So we I'm surprised we waited till May, because I ain't lying. I would have done it like the next day if if we was there, we just went and done it.
I think that's so awesome. As y'all can see, I don't know if y'all can see that, but Mark said the joy in this room is everything, and that's what will make relationships grow.
Right,
Mhm.
right.
You right
Appreciate
about
that,
that,
Mark.
Mark.
Appreciate that, Mark.
I have to say that the engagement that y'all had is awesome. You told her, he asked you about the ring and he went right back and got it the next day.
I
That's awesome.
did, yeah. I did. Yep, I did. I told that lady, I said, yo, that's the ring she want. Can you please put that up? I'm coming in here tomorrow to get that ring. And she was like, okay, sir. Okay, I got you. And I was
I was
like,
kind of
okay.
wondering why he was trying to rush me out that door to leave. I'm sitting here like, what's going on with this? I
Well,
don't know what he got going on, but he better
you
not
gotta
be.
hold you gotta hold your hand up, Mia.
Oh, well, let me see. Can y'all? I don't know. Y'all, my nails ain't done. I took my nails off. I look kind of rough,
I
I just took the
understand. I ain't got
nails
that
off.
on either.
Oh no. Yeah,
I love
I'm
it
good.
though. That is
Yeah,
beautiful.
man.
That is
Man,
awesome.
she,
I
Thank you.
think I love it.
Thank
So
you so
come
much.
on, y'all. Question Nino. How did you pop it, dude?
No, you tell a story. You tell it.
You want me to tell the
Yeah,
story?
go ahead. You tell a story. You know what I mean?
Well, he already knew ahead of time that whenever he want to pop a question, want to get married, like I was ready. Like I don't care when it is. Like let's just go. I don't care if you propose to me with a lemon bun. Okay, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Because I just knew that this is a man I've always dreamed of being with. You know what I'm saying? So the rest of it don't matter. Material things don't matter. You know what I'm saying?
right,
And
right,
we because like I said, a lot of our relationship, nobody knows nothing. That's when we put that post up. Everybody was like, "Whoa, what?" But we were going on like different vacations, and one of them, we went to a jewelry store, and I was like, "Okay, let's go check some things out." And I'm like, okay, let me have a girly moment. I'm like, I don't know what I would want. I don't know what I would like. I don't know if I want this. I don't want that. Maybe rose gold. Maybe something simple because I'm not real. I don't wear jewelry on the regular, only use it for
right.
like photo shoots and stuff, And while I'm talking to the lady, Nino's an observer, so he's listening to all the do's and don'ts from my ring, right? And then when we went on one of the vacations, I was like, he said, let's go back in our memory, because in our DJ coalition we have a chat. And you can go back, like just put the year in and the date, and it'll go back to that day. And I'm like, I felt like he was like, let's go back to this day. And we went through all this stuff we were going through on that day. And I'm like, I felt like this is when our union really started. Like exactly a year from today. You know what I mean? This is like the first domino. He was like, yeah, it was. And then that night, I'm getting ready for my massage, right? Because my baby pampers me. And I'm just like, you coming
Okay.
on or what? I'm about to get tired. Well, and then he's talking to me like he normally does. He always saying positive things to give me compliments. So I'm listening to the words, but I'm not really listening with. I'm like, of course, baby, of course, yes, thank you so much. And I was like, wait, what you say? And then I looked. He was down on one knee, and he had a ring. And I was like, stop playing, like don't play like you. This is the one thing you can't play with. You know what I'm saying? And then I was like, oh my god, it's real. And I'm blinking like, to make sure like it was a real ring and not like a snack, right? So this once I realized it was actually jewelry, he put it on my hand, and I just of course started bawling, crying. And my thing is, like he said, he always know what I need, and sometimes I don't even know. Even though I
Yeah.
said I'm not materialistic, which is true, I'm still glad that he got a ring and allow me those traditional moments. Because of course, once we told the family and stuff, they was like, "Let me see the ring. Let me see the ring." So I appreciate him allowing me to have my traditional moment.
So what did you end
Right.
up choosing for the ring? Okay. Okay. See, y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all
It
my
ended up being perfect, with the diamonds in the front, the side, all around it, and rose gold. Cause I'm like, I don't know if I want silver or gold.
goal,
So rose gold was like the perfect choice. So you can tell he really
and it's
took his
different.
time when picking it.
And it's different. Rose gold is pretty though, but
Thank
rose gold is
you.
different.
Because
I
she
like
different.
different.
She different. You know
Right?
what I'm saying?
Um,
She is
So you know what I
unique.
mean?
So yeah,
Yeah,
you got
facts.
to.
That is. That'd
You
be the
did
unique
good.
facts. That is. You know what I mean? I'll say this about going to pick the ring out because we had looked, like she said, we had went and looked at a few rings. Um, so like she said, I'm very observant. I don't always talk. I don't always talk. I pay it, but I pay attention all the time. I pay attention all the time. And I took the middle notes, and I went back out looking for the perfect combination of what she had spoke of. You know what I mean? So there it is. Went out there and got it. Because the odd thing about it is T Quest and I was always on the phone. And when I say that, I'm not lying. When I say we was always on the phone, we was always on the phone. T-Mobile probably think something happened to us right now because we're no longer always on the phone because she's here. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? But I know T-Mobile was. I didn't know. I'll say this. I did not know there was a limit to how minutes a long a phone call could be until I met this woman.
The
I
phone
did
cuts
not
off
know.
at
Yeah.
Yeah,
8 hours.
phone cuts off 8 hours. I didn't know that. I didn't know. I thought I didn't know. But but the 8 hour limit was something that we hit all of the time. All of the
Wow.
time. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
All of the time. It's not. It's like, oh, time to hang up. Let me call you right back because we're about to hit that mark. That's
Right.
basically what we was doing.
wow.
Time to hang up. We about to do that. Hit that mark.
Right.
So it was kind of hard. I kind of had to do a stealth mode, to go out to the store and find this thing because I'm always talking to her. You know what I mean? So I finally figured out because we take a break sometime early morning so we can do what we had to do our work and all that. And during one of those occasions, I went out, took the drive, and got the ring. You know what I mean? And I tell you like this though, I knew when I was going to ask her. I don't know if she knew when I was going to ask her, but when she was supposed to catch the flight on our vacation, flight was canceled. Killed the hell out of her. I'm like, oh no. Flight was canceled, but her being the boss was like, whatever. We wound up getting the plane, flight the next day. And the proposal was able to go on his plane. I didn't know what I was going to do. If I was planning to take that long drive to, give it a ring, I would have done that. But we didn't have to do
Right.
that because she was able to get a flight the next day. You know, there it
Praise
is.
the
Absolutely.
Lord. Y'all, I'm gonna
Absolutely.
tell y'all about y'all men. Y'all be doing something now. Like I got to admit that because my husband, the way he surprised me was he had just literally got here. 2 days later, he ordered my ring because he didn't like any of the rings he saw in the store. So he ordered my ring, and all of my since we've been together, he's literally got me a new ring every year. And all
Oh,
of
okay.
my rings have to have my birthstone in it. So I was born in September. All of my rings have diamonds and sapphires on them. And
Okay.
my first ring, it was really pretty. The heart was a sapphire stone with diamonds all the way around it. I don't know if y'all can see it, but this is the one from last year. So I'll get a new one sometime. I
Yeah,
get a
that'd
new
be
one in August. I'll get a new one in August because that's what he does every year. And it's just the way he went about doing it. When he ordered it, It's funny because the ring came in on Friday. He knew I had to sing at an event on Sunday. So he showed up at the event and talked to the coordinator at the event. And they put some stuff together. And he did this in front of everybody at the event. So he got down on one knee in front of everybody there. And I was just looking at him like, what you doing? In front of everybody. And he was, he did his thing. So the engagements are to me kind of like it's the hit and go, like, well, which one is gonna be better, my engagement or the actual wedding? Because sometimes people have these elaborate engagements and you like, well, if this just the engagement part of it, honey, what your wedding gonna be like? With some
Right,
people, they
right,
go
right,
all
right,
out like that. So you just be like, okay. But it was awesome and I loved every minute of it and I'll never forget it.
right.
So I think that's one of the things where when it comes time to, y'all actual big day, you'll go back and you'll think about, oh, it just led up to this moment. Like, and our anniversary date is very significant. I chose August the 7th for a reason, you know, because it means new beginnings and it also means completion at the same time. And I was like, okay, it's a new beginning and I'm complete. So I chose my date very specifically when we got married. So I'm very happy about that, And I tell people be specific and because it's important to be specific now in the season that we're in. Do the stuff that has meaning, you know. Never let people come in between what y'all got. I don't do these little third party people. Don't nobody come in the middle of our relationship. We don't do that,
That's
you
right.
know. And stuff
Absolutely.
that go on inside our house, don't nobody know about it nowhere. You know
That's
what I mean?
right.
And you have to keep it like that. Yeah, you might have people that you can trust, but when you married, it's way different than you being girlfriend or boyfriend. When you're
True
married,
that.
keep people out your house.
True that.
Okay, because
Yeah.
everybody ain't happy that you married.
Who you telling? But
That part.
we
Say
don't.
that.
That's right.
Say
Who?
that. Say
Everybody
that.
ain't happy that you married. And it's the same thing with when it was a relationship, it was different. People could say what they wanted to say, but now that that's your spouse, maybe you might want to pump your brakes. You know what I mean? When you
Absolutely.
got to keep people out, you got to keep people out your stuff. But I
Mm-hmm.
always make sure, and T, you have heard me talk about this before on shows, is that I make sure that I speak life into my husband all the time. It's very important that y'all speak life into each other all the time, as much as possible, because y'all the first go to. She not going,
That's right.
Mia not gonna go past Craig to find somebody else to speak life in her. He not gonna go past Nino to find somebody else to speak life into
She
her.
better. She better
You
not.
know what I'm saying? But now that that's who you are, you're gonna be that first go to person where she be like, all she got to do is say, "Babe," and you know. And the same thing, vice versa. All he got to do is say, "Babe," and when I turn and look at him, I already know what's going on. You know, and
Absolutely.
y'all keep that bond going. Because when I tell you it can't be undone, it can't be undone if y'all keep it that way.
Show can't.
That's
Show
right.
can't. But
So
I like what you
Yeah,
said
that part.
about the engagement thing because growing up you want the big this and the big that, but now I realize like no, our union has just been him and I. So our engagement was just him and I. Even with us conversing as friends, colleagues, business partners, that whole thing has just been him and I because nobody knew. When you guys start seeing us working together, okay, they work together. Some people thought things, assumed things because our chemistry was so organic, but no one actually knew. You know what I mean? So I'm like, no, we kept it personal for a reason because no one could say anything. They can't, it was just us, the way it's supposed to be. And now that it's out in the open, a lot of things have changed. Friends is like 5,000, dropped down to 1,000. People done blocked us, because we're very
right,
popular. And people go, oh,
Mm-hmm.
well, if they take and I ain't got a chance, no reason us to be friends no more. A lot of people do business, don't want to do business no more. I'm like, I don't care. Like the only person
Right.
I care about is him. Like we're not gonna lose no sleep. But you're just showing us your true colors, and then that's fine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's easier when you just keep things to one another because no one had nothing to say. Nobody knew. And
Right.
it was a beautiful feeling. And I know you guys went through it. As soon as you get engaged, you tell everyone. All of a sudden, they want to know when the wedding. I'm like, I just found out I'm engaged. Like, what do you? Why do people do that? Like, where did that stem from?
Right. I
Yeah.
don't know either.
I don't like it. I'm like, I don't know. I'm still enjoying him. I'm still getting to know him. I'm still enjoying this union. Technically, you know, Nino is my real first boyfriend, Fifi, I've ever had. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, no, he's everything to. He's my boy Fifi, okay? And I want to. I want to enjoy. I waited patiently my whole entire life. People like, I want to come visit you guys. No, we're at capacity. Capacity is two. It's not
Right.
time for us to bring everybody else. And even the date we announced it, that wasn't even the date we got engaged.
That part.
We've
That
been
part.
engaged for so long, nobody knew
That
because
part.
it's no one's business. We keep our
Right.
relationship between the two of us. But at the same time, it gets uncomfortable after a while. We muting mics and now we're in the same place and echoes. They would be like, did y'all hear that? Like, no, what are you talking about? I'm still in Indiana. I'm not in Florida. Like, it just got so hard. And I'm like, you know what? And the day we announced it, it definitely means something very special to us. That's what we've chosen that day. We just never told nobody why because our dynamic, especially during the pandemic, is so deep and so real, and so many things have happened within a short amount of time that literally nobody knows but selective family members. And it's a story that is just very emotional, and we're actually writing a book about it. So this is a little teaser, but once you read the book, it's gonna have a lot of people in tears. But this is something special,
I got you. I
and I'll
understand.
do everything all over again if Nina was at the end. Period.
See?
Ain't that right,
Oh.
baby?
Yeah, damn right. That's damn right. You know what I'm saying? It's damn right. I go through all those bum ass people. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? If it led me to you, you know what I mean? Real talk. I'm here with you now. You know what I
It's
mean? I ain't
okay.
worrying
Right,
about that. You know what I'm
right, right.
saying? Yeah, but
It's
I'm
okay.
here now.
I like for y'all to be you, so you ain't gotta censor it for me. So I get it.
Yeah, yeah. Cause I'm here now. I'm here and I'm happy. You know what I mean?
Right.
Period. Period. But I'll say this about dynamics. Some people picked up on dynamics on our shows. You know what I mean? I started getting the message, damn. It's like that. You know what I'm saying? I started getting those messages from some people who still was trying to take shots. I'm like, it's done. I ain't got nothing else for y'all. You know what it is. I ain't confirming anything, but I ain't gonna deny anything. You know what I
Right.
mean? For real. So
Y'all see the happiness.
yeah, that part.
You look
Right.
happy. You be smiling all the
Yeah,
time
that
now.
part. Yep.
Women only glow for two reasons: if they pregnant or in love. Well, I ain't pregnant. Figure it out. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah, that
But
part.
it's a different type of glow when
hmm
it's love, though. You know, the love
Facts.
glow and the
Yeah.
pregnancy glow are two different things. They are two
hmm
different glows, but it is a different type of glow.
yeah,
You know
my
what I
baby.
mean?
Yeah, she been glowed up for a minute. You know what I mean? I just say like this. I just say because for real, someone I didn't even know it was like that. So someone told me they like, yo, who is this? I'm like, huh? And I went back and started looking at some things. I'm like, oh, guess it is more serious than I thought it was. You know what I mean? But yeah, um we did a lot together that people don't know yet, but coming soon. I just say like coming
You
soon.
know, I'll be waiting.
Yeah, coming
So
soon.
I'm excited.
Coming soon.
I'm
Woo-hoo,
excited.
girl, the story good.
I
Ooh, it's
can't
Coming
gonna be a
soon.
wait.
bestseller.
I
Yeah,
can't
coming soon.
wait.
Yeah. Coming
You know, I'm
soon.
gonna have you back just to talk about it, so I can't wait.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that
So
is.
I mean, I just truly believe that at the end of the day, um, you want everybody to have their own love encounter, and when you have your love encounter, you want it to mean something, right? And I truly believe that we all on this screen can
Mm-hmm.
now say that you know what real love feel like. Because you know what you had before, you might have thought that was it, but it wasn't. You know what I
No,
mean? And
exactly.
this time around is different. This time around it's different, and you know that it's different. You know, this time around you like, ooh, I just really can't see myself being without you, like for real. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And certain things really do hit home when they occur. Like, you know, like last year when my husband got sick and he went DKA and they called me and they told me he was in a coma and they didn't think I said, oh, hold, you do what you got to do. I'm gonna do what I got to do on my end. Honey, I
Right.
called my whole intercessory team and we went for broke. You understand? Like, no, you know, I told the Lord, I said, look, you didn't give me this man a year ago just to take him now. I know you didn't do that. So I need you to do something for me. And I need you to turn it around in 7 days. He woke up on day 4. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And
That's what's
and
up.
Mm-hmm.
came out the coma like, where my wife at? That was the first thing the nurse said. And I was laughing because I know that's him. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just one of those things where you gotta know that you know that you know, you know.
Yeah.
And if anything that y'all could leave people with tonight, and I want y'all all to take a turn, and I don't care who go first, what would you tell this generation that's coming up that's looking for love or feels like they already found it but won't take that next step?
You know what? Before you start, I want to ask T-Quest something. Kind of what you were saying earlier. I've been waiting to say something. I wanted you to stop. You know, wait. I didn't want to interrupt you. But when you said that once you and your fiance found that love, and you people started to unfollow you, they stopped. Those friends went from 5,000 to 1,000. I wonder, like, what is that? Because we've experienced the same thing, and sometimes I'm like, why don't people want to see you happy, or either they just don't understand happiness. So we found that that's happened to us, and I just don't understand it. And we've noticed that people that we were really close to at one time, we're not that close anymore, or we barely even talk to them people anymore.
And you go
Absolutely.
ahead, because she asked you, and then I gotta answer that too, honey.
Uh,
Because okay,
It's kind of like a crush. You know what I'm saying? When you like somebody, you show them that you like them, you do nice things to them, this, that, and the third. But once you realize, and it's sinking in that, you know what, they will never be yours. You're like, well, if I know you're never gonna be mine, I might as well just stop trying. I'm like, I didn't realize that you was crushing me that hard. I thought we were actually friends. But you're trying to be my friend and being nice to me to see how close you can get to me to get in a position that was never destined to be yours. And a lot of people, just like when people say once you become successful, you see who your friends are. Everyone start fading away. No one wants to be a part of your life no more. In my mind, if my friends are successful, I'm holding a little tighter so I can learn something from
right,
you. I would,
right.
you know what I'm saying? But the world, they're just the opposite. It's because now you have something that they always wanted and desired, and they still don't have it. You're progressing in life, and they're not. And then in our case, you got my man. You got my woman. Like, we ain't having this. It's so sad, but misery loves company. But we can't be your
Mm-hmm.
company. You know what I'm saying? And at the
that
end of the
part.
day, it hurt the way it happened, especially with people I really thought was like, we were cool and close. But at the end
Mm-hmm.
of the day, I will lose everybody for Nino. I don't care.
Hey,
I
right.
understand
And I'm
that.
That
like
part.
that.
Period.
And I'm the same way with her too. I'm the
That
same
part.
way with her, and she already know that.
But you know what? It's different when you go from single to married, and even after you
Mm-hmm.
get engaged, your so-called single friends got a problem with you. It was the same way with me and him. When they found out I got married, honey, my inbox blew up. Excuse me, but did I see your status change and say that you do that say married now? Like, is that for real? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's for real. Why would I change my status if it won't real? I'm not gonna do that just to y'all. Like what? Like what are you talking about? I had one of my friends cuss me out when I say they
Wow.
called me everything but a child of God. everything but a child. I can't even believe you went and did that. I was like, hold on, wait, I need you to pump your brakes for a second. First of all, if you wanted me, you had the opportunity to have me and you passed it by. So all of that you doing, you need to keep that for somebody else. And
Hmm.
that's it just be funny like that. And then even when you try to go out and hang out, you realize that after you married, you and single people really don't mix no more anyway. Y'all
Yep,
don't have the same, you can't have
that's
the same
true.
conversations that you used to have because they don't
That's true.
understand, they don't get it. And then when you realize that you really don't have a lot of married friends. And
That's
that's the
true.
other thing. You
You
know what I'm
right.
saying? Like around me, I don't have a lot of married friends. Most of my female friends, they not married, they single. So it's not a whole lot that I can really go out and do with you, that I can just really say that I'm cool with going out to do.
Yeah.
Mm.
But it's not even the ones that they had a chance with you. It was more the ones that you ain't never had a chance. If I wanted to be with you, I would be with you. I would have tried to pursue you. But if you
Right,
was always in that friend zone, you were there for a reason.
Yeah.
Period. But
right,
nobody, a lot of people don't want to face that reality. You know what I'm saying? But it's real, and you right with the. My thing is not even about hanging out with single friends. I don't want to hang out with nobody but Nino. That's the phase I'm in. They be like, "Oh, now you too good. You don't hang out with you." Look, when Zeddy calls, look, I'm not
I'm
explaining. I'm
out.
out.
Yes, I'm
I'm one
out.
of those.
Yes.
That's my new single. I'm one of those because it's
Yep.
true. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, maybe you don't get that because a lot of people in relationships, what I'm noticing more, because a whole nother sense has opened since I met Nino, is a lot of people settled. You know, they're like, well,
Mm.
got a good job and
Hallelujah.
semi credit, and it's just everything else out there is bad. So I guess this will do. So when they really see people are happy and got like the great one, and in my mind, I genuinely found my soulmate.
right,
Ain't nobody
Yeah.
want to see that. But
right,
after a
right,
while, some of them, it hits them, and they ain't got no choice but to say, you know what? I got to put my pride to the side and say I am genuinely happy for you guys because
right,
you look like you were made for another. But that takes a real
Yeah,
grown
yeah.
up
Facts. Yeah, you
right,
seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
right,
to
yeah.
say that.
You
Because
see a lot of early hate turn
absolutely,
into late congratulate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
right.
You know what
Man,
I mean?
That's crazy.
I don't care.
I can
Bye.
tell. Yo, I can tell y'all a
That part,
powerful couple though. What's up?
right. I mean, the four of
Hmm.
y'all are. I mean, you at the end of the day,
Yeah, cause
I can't say that I would wish that I would see the four people on the screen not be with somebody else. I can't say that.
Hmm.
I love the what I see. And you know what I'm saying? I'm friends with all of y'all. So, at the end of the day, I just love it because it comes together and it works. You know,
Yes.
like T said, I have witnessed some of my friends that chose to settle or they got married because they ended up getting pregnant and having babies together, and y'all all got married for the wrong reasons.
Hmm.
You didn't get married because it was a love factor. Oh, I got married because your mama said I had to marry you because you had my kids, or
Yeah.
vice versa, whatever. You don't. I don't want to be forced into being with somebody because that means I don't love you, and I probably never will.
Right.
There's not even
Right.
a eventually I could grow to love you moment for me. Like
Yeah.
we're not gonna make it up. So yeah,
Hmm.
and
And
you
you know one
see
Sad.
a
thing,
lot of that.
and like when she was saying all that hate, I've had people say little certain things. And one thing about it, you will not talk to me about my man. Now that right there is when you gonna bring out a person that you don't want to see. You can't bring me nothing about my man. I don't care if you seen him in the store with somebody. I don't care. I don't. You don't know if it's his sister or his cousin. Don't bring me nothing about my man. Like I trust him, and until I know and see different, I don't want to hear nothing nobody got to say. And ain't nobody gonna talk to me about my man. I mean, that's just how I. That's just how I am. That would you would see a different side of me if they do. I don't care
Right.
what happened.
And that's how that's supposed to go. You're not supposed to let nobody come in and do that. First of all, you know Craig. You know when the person start talking if he really did or said what they
Hmm.
said he said. And the same thing with Nico and T. He knows somebody come to him and say, "Well, he said such and such and such." He be like, "No, she didn't. That don't even
Yeah.
sound like her." You know what I
Right.
mean? You know that
Facts.
you know.
Yep. And don't come to me telling me somebody else done said something about it. I'm like, why are they
Right.
telling you? Come on, son. You know what I
Yes.
Thank
mean?
you.
Yeah. You
Right,
know what I mean?
right. Why
Why
they
they telling
telling
you?
you?
You know what I mean? Why they
Right,
telling you
right,
that? You
right,
know what I mean?
right,
Yeah.
right.
No.
Tell me what's the problem? Why they got a doggone feel comfortable telling you? You right.
That
You
part.
right.
Yeah. That's
But
facts. That's
but this
facts.
is this the thing about what you just said, don't you know? First of all, if you came to tell me, that means you were dumb enough to sit there and listen.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah,
So
well, yeah, and they well, it's even worse than that. They think you're going to be receptive to what they're telling you. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So that's what it is. Why do they think you're receptive to that nonsense? You know what I
right,
mean?
Cause you're messy.
Yeah,
that
That's
part.
right.
yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
You
You know
keep
what I
people
mean?
out your relationship and out your business.
That's
Yeah,
it.
facts, facts,
That's
facts,
it.
Absolutely. Give them
facts.
all generic answers. How's Nino? Great. He with me. How you guys?
Right.
Great. We
Right.
together. Next question.
Right.
This,
Right.
Cut
and it's
it
not just
short.
saying. It's true.
That's
Cut it
Look
right.
at that
short.
face.
That's it. That part.
There it
That's
is.
right.
There it is. Yep. There it
Yes.
is. There it
I
is.
love it.
There it
So
Mm-mm.
is.
I have to have
Oh,
y'all
hey,
drop
oh, you
some
got
nuggets.
Nino on that cheese.
What you say? Yeah, everybody cheesing.
I told
Yes. So
I
I
told her
gotta
she
have
got
y'all
Nino
drop
on
some
that
nuggets
cheese.
for the generation that I know is currently listening.
Oh,
So
we ain't never answered your question, did we, Coco?
No, I'm sorry.
no, that's why you gonna answer it now. Okay. So like I
What you
said,
say?
through the upcoming generation of couples that is currently listening to the show, because I can see how many people are listening to the show. I
All
need to
right.
know, I need you guys to tell them what nuggets that y'all can drop to give them to say, look, if you love her, do what you got to do. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. Make it count. Do what you do. So it's a lot of people that I know that are listening that have been teeter totter in the whole pop the question moment. So I just want y'all to talk to the folks before y'all get off. But y'all can take turns. It don't matter who go first.
Man, I
Well,
just
I know
got
I
two
can say
gems.
this. Okay.
I got two gems for you. Always be yourself and take your time. Get to know one another. Take your time. Ain't no rush. You know what I'm saying? Just get back to know each other and know that that's what it's gonna be and that's who you want. Cause man, for me, man, I was single. I was single for a minute. But one thing I always told Mia, man, and I always told myself, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, I don't want to die alone. You know what I mean? I really don't. I'm sorry. Like, I don't want to die alone. Like, I want to have a partner in crime. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to die alone. Hey, that's all I got.
Okay.
And for me, it was what I can say to anybody: never settle. Do not settle for anything that you are not happy with. I don't care if you've been with them 4, 5, 10 years and you're not married or whatever it is. If you're not happy with that person, don't settle because, oh yeah, we got this house together. Oh yeah, we got this car together. Oh yeah, we done been together 10 years. We got these kids. Look, don't settle. If that's not what you want, be proud of who you are and say, you know what, this ain't what I want. I want better because let's give it for example. Diddy dated Cassie for I don't know up.
Hold on. Hold on, y'all.
Devil, look at it. Come on back, Mia. This is
Yeah, you know
Come
getting
what I'm
on,
saying?
good.
come
You
on.
know what I'm saying? Look like
I'm
Diddy. Diddy a
sorry.
billionaire to
I'm
butter off
sorry.
the thing.
He did all of that stuff. That girl done left him and got and with somebody within a couple months and a baby married, wasted her time, all that time with Diddy. It wasn't gonna do nothing. So yourself enough to know that if that person is not showing up for you, not showing you who they are, not loving you properly, it's okay to say, I want better. I need better. And for you not to settle. I did it so many times that I've settled and said, oh, this is what I want. Oh, it's okay. It's not okay. Because you'll never be happy. Never. When I look at my man, I don't care if he got a boog in his nose. I love it all. I love it all. I don't care. It ain't nothing that he can put on. It ain't how he wake up. I'm gonna love every bit of it because I am 100% happy. That man treats me well. That man respects me, and I know for a fact that he loves me. And that's all I mean. Just know that you deserve the best and never settle. Okay, you ain't gotta be no side chick, no side man. You ain't gotta do none of that. Get somebody who love you.
That's it.
Real. The realest thing. Don't settle, and don't settle. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna run into situations where you feel Don't settle. Don't settle,
Right.
and
Right.
do not lose yourself to try to force love. You know what I mean? Don't do
Right.
that. I
Right.
just do not do that. You know what I mean? Don't put on no facades or whatever. Just be you. You know what I mean?
Right.
And find the one that's for you. You know what I mean?
That's it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or sometimes I was not looking for T-Quest. You know what I mean? I was a happy single man chilling. You know what I'm saying? For real, I was just chilling. Period. Chilling during the pandemic. I'm like, yeah, whatever. You
Yep.
know,
Me too.
yeah, that's all it was.
We were too.
And she was something that I did not know I needed. Um, but I need the hell out of it now. I don't want to be without her. Period. At
Right.
any time. Period.
Right.
Period. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's someone out there for you. There's someone out there for you. Even when you think you're good, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm good. I don't need nobody, but she's there. And I love this woman. You know what I mean? I'm looking at her on the screen, but I can turn like this here right now. How you doing, babe? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I love this woman. So there's someone out there that is purely meant for you, and she is truly meant for me, and I think I am as well meant for her. You know what I mean? That's my baby right there. Love you, boo.
That
Later.
look, that look she just gave. Oh my god.
Yeah, that part. Talk to him, baby.
Oh, you gotta get it
I'm just happy
together.
that I got through this whole thing without being all extra emotional. I think I held back tears like 17 times. Um, the advice I would give is once everyone said everything that was incredible, but we gotta bring it way back. You gotta remember to love yourself.
Right.
You gotta understand yourself, know yourself, your worth, what you want, what you need, what you deserve, but most importantly, what you can deliver too. Because over the years, I'm like, I call myself like a love guru. A lot of people's go tos. I'm like, look in the mirror. Now tell the mirror everything you want. Now, if that perfect person was right there staring back at you, would they want you to?
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Good question.
Can you date yourself? I want this, I want that, but the one for you, would they want to accept you so easily? Because we all have flaws, not that many, because I'm almost perfect. But no, but seriously, because how can you desire for someone to love you if deep down inside you truly don't even love yourself? A lot of people get together because relationship, whether you like it or not, is a different version of a business. You know what I'm saying? And like, well, we live together, so even if I don't want to be with them, I can't afford an apartment on myself. Like, and then you're settling it. Like, no, get yourself together, get your life together, and realize that other person is not supposed to fill a void. They're just supposed to be an additional blessing to your life.
That's
And
right.
that's where a lot of people get stuck at because they don't know who they are. They don't know what they want. They've never even seen what love to look like. We're from a community from a lot of broken homes.
Come on.
Hmm.
Who did we look up to as that perfect marriage or family? We're all out here just winging it.
That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying? But in the midst of everything on my love journey, I told people I feel like I'm the black lady in the Hallmark movie that has not been written yet. I still believed in love. I didn't settle for anyone. Like I said, I've never had that relationship status. This is my boyfriend. It was nothing like that. Be like, well, you like him? I'm like, I like him, but this. I'm like, but they're not him.
Hmm.
So they're not gonna have that title. It's not happening. But in the midst of it all, I'm still getting myself together, getting my career together, make sure I'm good. In the moment I found me, literally in almost the same moment I found me, I found him. Cause I bagged him, okay? I bagged him. No, but seriously, like in the moment I found me, I found him, and it made it all worth it. To the point, people, people try to bring up the past and stuff. I be like, look, you can't change the past. What you want? Bringing it up for what? Why are we
Right.
talking about this? I don't
Right.
need that energy. I'm happy. I love my love. You can see it all over my face. And like I said, I'll do it all over again if the end result is going to be Nino. But genuinely, take time out to figure out who you are, what you want, what you need and deserve, and make sure that you can actually not play your part, but be in your part in a union because it takes two.
Yes.
Yeah.
Period.
Hmm.
And don't be want people to accept your flaws when you know so half of y'all can't accept your own flaws. Cause
Right.
some of y'all team too much, but that's another day, Coco. So, another
See that? That's why I love that woman. You know,
I
see,
like
that's
it.
why I love her. See what I'm saying? My baby.
And I love this. This is so cool. My sister always,
Yes.
my sister always say that she wish she had more married couples to talk to hang
Right.
out with, and because she's the only, all her friends they look up to them, you
Right.
know. And then she's like, "But who are we supposed to look up to? Who are we supposed to connect with?" I'm like, "They're out there. You just have to find them." And now some of them are meeting them later on in life, which is a beautiful thing because we're seasoned adults. We've been through it all, you know.
Right.
Hmm.
So sometimes it's easier later on in life, and definitely worth it.
We know what we want now. We know what we want. We done been through
Facts.
it all. Not
Mm-hmm.
settling for that.
Right.
You know.
And me and my husband love it. Me and my husband love it when we can get together when Craig and Mia is sparingly. When we get together, we end up at the same events and we always end up with each other
Yeah,
at the
Hmm.
event.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and I mean, so but we love it because we really literally don't have any married friends besides them. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe and a couple other people, but it's when we get a chance to see each other at somebody's party or something that they throw. But it's not too often because you don't see it much. Everybody else ain't married; they single. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and one of the things the nuggets that I want to give to the ladies, first of all, stop doing wifely duties for a man that ain't yours. I have to tell you that. At the end of the day, if you already with this dude that you already showing him all your so-called wifely tendencies, that's what he gonna keep you as, even though you not it. Don't do that to yourself. And the same thing with the fellas. Just because this chick might be showing you that now, you got some people that come to you with the intent and motives just to see how good they can get in, to see what they can get from you. And that's not what you want. You have to know that what you're looking at is the right thing.
Hmm.
And the right person ain't gonna make you compromise yourself for that.
Yeah.
The
And
right
love don't
person,
hurt.
that part.
No.
It does not have. It does not have to be where you got to go through a bunch of hurt first to get to the love. That's not it. We feel like sometimes because oh man he done cuss he cussed me out because that dude looked at me or he just ran up. No, that is not love.
No.
No love does not hurt. Love don't disrespect. Love don't cuss you out. Love don't stay out in the middle of the night. Don't nobody, I don't care man or woman, ain't nobody got to put up with that. That is not love.
No.
Because if you
Mm-hmm.
love me and you respect me, you know that would hurt me and you would not do anything to hurt me. That's what love is. It's always respect. It's always love. It's always communication. I don't care if we got to have that uncomfortable conversation where we got to look at you like, oh God, we got to have this conversation. Have it. You're going to have
That's it.
conversations that's going to be uncomfortable. You're going to have conversations that, you know what, you might have to cry and hug each other afterwards, but you're going to go through it together, talk it out, and know that you and your partner is all you got. Even though you might have friends or whatever, but you two are it. That's
That's
it.
it. That's it.
I love that. I love that.
That's awesome.
Because it's part of people's norm now. You're going to
Hmm.
get into arguments. You're going to be yelling. Why can't we just be two mature adults Let's just enjoy one another, and if there's a situation happens, we just talk it out like adults.
Hmm.
Right.
But we're
And
just
you
so
know,
conditioned to that being a part of the union. So then people like, girl, I remember someone told me, oh, you don't want to get married. I'm like, ain't my fault. You found the wrong person.
right.
That
Hmm.
Right.
sounds like a personal problem, and
Right.
people shouldn't taint other people
That's right.
because they went through some things. I'm like, I'm sorry that you met the wrong person, made the wrong person. Hopefully, you can get out of that, but don't put that on me because I
Right.
don't care how many bad stories I hear. I'm
Right.
still gonna
That
be
ain't
open to
me.
love until he got here.
That's
That's
right.
Period.
it.
Hmm.
You know, they said, like you said earlier, T, misery loves company. And you know, people always say that, birds of a feather flock together. But honey, I never been a part of a flock and I ain't never ran in no pack either. You know what I mean? I don't play follow the leader. So if you going off and doing something stupid, I'm gonna let you do it by yourself.
That's right. And
At the end of the day. So
That
that's
part,
right.
that's just
facts.
it.
That part.
That's right. And if
You
if anybody get in an argument, y'all could be in the car fussing, but when y'all get out that car, you better act like the happiest couple ever.
that's it.
Nobody should never know what go on in your relationship.
That's
When you
it.
out in public, you smiling, you loving. I don't care if you got in an argument 5 minutes ago. When you get out in public, hey, oh, love you too, baby. Okay.
Right.
Nobody should know what's going on.
And wives, to the ones that are listening, do not ever disrespect your husband in public.
Or wife.
Or wife either. If you got to call her out her name and she got to
Oh,
downgrade you in front of people, I think y'all chose the wrong people.
Yeah.
Because it should never have to come to that. Not in
most
public.
definitely have.
In general,
In general, that's right.
but
You know,
we got.
In general.
right?
Yeah,
Because
for real.
I've seen it happen. Like, and I be like, oh God, if y'all doing this in public, I don't even want to know what y'all do to each other behind closed doors.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
that's real. That is real. That
Hmm.
is real.
When I see stuff
mm-mm.
like that, but not really out, we'll be going out like that because the pandemic and everything. But if I see it on like shows and TV and stuff, or hear people talk about it, I just look at Neil like, you know what? I really appreciate you.
That
Hmm.
part.
I tell people all the time.
Yeah,
I
you do.
I don't know how
Yeah, you
people have
do.
the strength for that stuff.
That's right.
Yeah,
Mm,
I couldn't. I just know me.
no,
I know me well enough that you got one time to fix your face to call me out my name. One and one only. And that's
Can imagine.
it. There ain't even no conversation after that. We ain't gotta have none. What I need you to do is pack your stuff and I'll put you on a flight. Like, 'cause it
Oh,
should have to. It don't have to come to that. Like literally, if you gotta do that, and every word out of your mouth to her or him is a downgrade instead of something else, no.
it's
And if
sad because
y'all,
some people actually like that stuff because the way they were brought up, and it's just the way they're conditioned. Like, oh, I like when he called me out my name and cussed me. I
mhm,
like
Mm,
makeup sex. I'm like, why can't you just have good sex? Why you gotta be makeup? Why you gotta
right,
fuss and fight to get it?
mm.
that
Love
part,
doesn't have to be toxic. Love is
Yeah,
innocent.
that's right.
yeah. And that's not love. That's lust. There's a
Mm-mm.
difference. I don't
I
even call
can't
it lust.
imagine.
It may not even be lust anymore. It might just be a kinky factor. I don't know. Like, when it come down to people doing that type of stuff, like, oh, choke me when it's time. Choke who? No, no, no,
Mm-mm.
no, 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 no. We ain't doing that either. I mean, you got people that's what they do. That's what you get into. You like it. I don't love it. Have fun with that. So,
And and I appreciate the men like Nino and my husband that you can show your woman love in public on this platform or wherever you go. You're not afraid. We know old what's his name, Russell Wilson. He
yeah,
he can't even show his wife love without them calling him, oh, he a sucker or he whatever,
yeah,
because he loving on his family.
Hey,
I
call
think
They
me
it's
a
call
just
him
sucker
that
because I
corny.
love my. Call me
he
a sucker
corny
because I
because he
love my
love his
wife.
wife and love his family. It's almost like they expect our black men to disrespect us, cuss us out, cheat on us, or whatever it is. I love to see men that stand up for their women like you and my husband. So and look, whoever's on here is somebody out there. If yours ain't doing it and you desire something else, do not be afraid to go out and get it. That's all I can say. That's all I'm saying.
And don't stay
To
in it too long.
end whatever you're in now. Don't go get them while you're still in it. You know,
That
people like,
part.
yeah, I'm in a relationship, but I'm not happy. Can you make me happy?
Hold on.
No. End it
No,
first.
right. And don't sit in don't sit in a relationship that you know not going nowhere too long. I see that too often. You got people that take 7 years. You knew 3 years ago that it won't go nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
You just added on another four for what?
People scared to
Okay.
be alone and don't want to die alone.
Yeah, well, that's real. That is real.
Terrified to be
That
alone.
is real.
Yeah.
There's some people that live to be, just with somebody. Period. Miserable as all hell, but they can say they with somebody. You know what I mean? No
Like they all I got.
facts. Yeah. Well, no,
No, no.
nah,
Mm-mm.
no, never that. Never
You
that.
wouldn't feel that way if you knew that you were all you really needed and the
That part.
person was the bonus.
Go ahead, Mia.
Oh, I'm good.
Oh,
Good.
I
Good.
Yeah, me happy. I
think you
say that.
said
She
stand up.
happy.
But
Mm-hmm.
I have to
I
say
love you.
that
I
I
love you,
absolutely
baby.
I love you too.
you can't,
I'm
you can't help but to love them. I
dressed
promise you can't.
in them high
Um,
heels.
there you go.
Some of that sweet perfume. I'm just messing with
Oh, oh.
Doing
Uh-oh.
that.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I know what that playlist look like. Okay.
mm.
Look, I love it though, but you gotta be able to do that with each other. You know, I feel like y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all ahead of time so we can get this done and make it happen. We need to set up a couples retreat.
I'm with that, Coco. I'm with
Okay,
that.
you
A
need to set
couples
up.
I'm with
retreat?
that. I'm
Yes.
with that.
Well, you know my sister got a whole traveling agency company and she love doing group trips. So we can
Oh,
contact her and she'll set it up in
We
2.2.
can do
oh,
a couples
okay.
retreat.
Hey, well, you need to
Yeah.
plug. You need to plug that up then. Yeah, we need
There
to
you
All
go.
plug
right,
Shout
that
out
we
to
up.
go.
Winnie Escapes. She'll
We're
be
gonna
on it
make it
tomorrow.
happen.
All right, Coco, let's get it.
Okay, we're gonna make it happen.
Facts.
All
And we
right.
gonna
So
make that
look,
happen.
we're gonna set up the couples retreat. We're gonna let everybody know when it's gonna be, what it's gonna cost. Everybody get your ducats in order. You got it? If
That's
you
right.
don't have
Yeah,
passports, I suggest you get some. Okay. All right.
I
So
got
I
mine.
love it. All right.
Facts.
I love it. I got mine too. Rock ready to go. That's all we got to do.
Right,
I keep
I'm
a
ready.
bag
I'm
back at
ready.
all times. Okay.
Right, I'm ready.
I wish
I'm
So
you
ready.
guys nothing but blessings in
yes,
your marriage and whatever you guys do.
Me
yes.
too. Yeah,
Well,
me
I
too.
speak
Yeah.
blessings and favor on all of y'all, and I speak peace in your marriage. I speak longevity in your marriage, in all your lives as well, personal and as a whole unit.
Mm.
All right. So I speak that over all of y'all. So I do love y'all with all of my heart. And there's nothing y'all can do about that. Okay. But I love y'all. And I
Love you
thank
too,
y'all for
man.
being up here with me tonight. And I believe the people have had a wonderful time. There are some comments in YouTube that I want to read out for y'all before y'all go. So for T-Quest and Il Nino, we have Zach. Oh, he's from England, y'all. Zach said he wanted to thank us for the show. He said that he's been really inspired and enlightened about some things. He said that he thinks that after tonight's show, that he will go and pop the question to his girlfriend. So go ahead, Zach. You better go,
Not
go,
your girl.
boy.
Not your girlfriend though. Your wife, man. Your wife. Your
Right,
wife. Your wife.
right. Thank you, Craig, for changing that for
Yeah.
him. But Zach, you
Yeah.
better go,
Your wife.
boy,
Not
boy.
not your girlfriend, man. Not your girl. Your wife.
And
Facts.
Chanel said, great show, by the way.
But yo,
If
it
y'all
was
need
nice meet.
a
It was
wedding
nice meeting you
DJ.
too. It was nice
Oh,
All
meeting you
right,
same
too.
here.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love this. I love it
right.
all. You know what I'm saying?
So
And if
you
there
have
anybody out there that's getting married, if you need a wedding DJ or a host, you can contact Nino and myself. That's what we do. We're entertainers.
He ain't spending no Gucci though. You spending Gucci?
oh he
Son, come
look,
on.
don't
I
don't
got
play
all
with
that.
don't
I
play
got
with
Hey,
all
Craig.
that.
He'll go
Hey,
get
I'm
on the
messing
table
with
now.
you. I'm
Yeah,
messing
I
with
got
you.
all
I'm
that. You
messing.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We'll
I know.
do
I'm
something if we
messing
don't
with you.
get blacked on
Wait a
Facebook.
minute, wait a minute. Should I do that?
I
Should I
think
do
you
it? Wait a
should.
minute.
Yeah,
I
do
Should I
think
that.
you
do that? Wait a
should.
minute.
Go ahead, you know.
No. I ain't gonna say that. No. DJ, fleet DJs. Mix Show DJ of the Year. That am I right now.
Uh-huh.
Okay. SEA Awards winner, Best Blend Skill DJ. That is me. You know what I mean? So
All
I'm
right.
kind of official. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm kind of
Okay.
official. I kind of
Okay.
do this. You know what I
Hey,
mean?
you
All
will
right.
do it.
All
He'll get on
right.
Yeah, I
the
kind of
table
do
too.
this. All right.
All right. That's what's up. That's
Yeah,
what's
I
up,
kind of do
man.
this. All right. There it is. There it is.
I love
It's
y'all.
been a great show. Real talk. This has
Take
been
them out
great
with
meeting
something.
Craig, Mia, Coco as always. You know what I mean. This is a great show. Black love, I love it. You know what I mean. Period. Love is love. I love love. You know what I mean. I ain't gonna just say black love. I love love. The fact that y'all
Yeah.
black is great as well. You know what I mean. But thank y'all. Good luck in all your future, future endeavors. You know what I mean? Great job, Coco, as always. T Quest, love you, baby.
Love you too.
Just love you, baby. All right, I love this. I love this.
Nino,
Me
Mark
too.
Mark says spin until Facebook shut it down.
I'm not spinning. I'm not spinning. I'm just a guest today. No spinning today. My stuff's not now. Not, all right.
But I do. I so appreciate y'all. We gonna do the couples retreat. So everybody
Yeah.
watching, we gonna
Hey,
keep it
most
posted.
definitely, Coco. Most definitely, bro.
We
Most
finna make it
definitely.
happen, Captain.
Yeah, I'm with that.
All right.
Absolutely.
So y'all already know I got y'all in the inbox. I will find out where y'all want to go, and we gonna make it happen, Captain. So
Ew.
yes, we gonna enjoy and have fun.
Okay.
Hey,
All
me.
Absolutely.
Hey,
right.
me. I love you. I love you, babe. I'm finna go get me some ice cream. Then I'm going to fill up the truck. But I'm gonna call you though.
Oh,
Love it. All right.
Hey,
I love y'all. And until next time, I'll see y'all on Thursday night. Everybody stay blessed, stay focused, live every day on purpose, and make it count.
yep.
Y'all have a good night.
good night.
Bye bye.
Good
Night.
night. Good night. Good night.
Bye bye.
Hey, boo.